Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? That is why I invented the 5-minute council meeting. Jim Falkenstein here with the June 20th Ashland City Council meeting. You know, I showed up 10 minutes late, which worked out great because, bam, they're already into the public forum. Public forum, if you're unaware, is where people just talk as long. I just missed the crazy gray-haired guy who's there every week. He probably said something about the city buying a bunch of solar cars. That's probably pretty close to true. And then a woman said something about climate change, and we got to keep doing climate change stuff. And then a high school girl came along and said the city should hire a climate change czar or something like that. Very nice girl. And then a guy who owns the empty lot between the post office and the Pony Espresso building. There's that big empty lot there. I think he came along and said, hey, I'm going to start building on that lot, so heads up. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of him being there then. So boom, end of public comment. So then we go to consent agenda. That's where there's a bunch of stuff, and they all go, this all seems, let's all vote for yes in one big wad. And so the city finance guy was there, and he said, hey, that whole budget thing we're working on, we just need to, we had to change some things, and we need to have some questions about some stuff. And a girl sat next to him and said, hey, where's all this money coming from? What are the sources and line items? And then the guy said, oh, we're just reallocating some things. And then the city finance girl came in and said, oh, let's clarify some this budget stuff. And then they all went, okay. And then then this guy said, this guy right here, he said, what do you say? He said, oh, hey, in here there's a contract for janitors. Oh, where's the contract? We got to pay the janitor staff for the city. And then 2 janitors wearing ties came up and said, oh, we always handle that. It works out pretty great. And it's some deal with the state, so it'll be fine. And then this guy said, all right, just checking. And then they passed it. They passed the 9 things all at once. And so I think the council talked about like 3 of them. So if you wanted to sneak like a $75,000 design contract through per se, I would get it on the consent agenda because I think that happened. If someone knows how to check on that, do that. Then they decided the YMCA Park was up for sale. Or not up for sale, the city owns it, and the YMCA wants to buy it, even though it's called YMCA Park, the city owns it. So $480,000, and the guy from the city said, good deal, we should buy it. And then the Y director came and sat down and said, we love Ashland, please sell us the Park. And then another associate director said, I think it's gonna be great. And then some other guy stood up and said, I love the Y, they should be able to buy this park. And then some gray-haired guy, not the crazy gray-haired guy, another gray-haired guy said, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe we should slow down a little bit on this whole just selling the park in like one meeting, 20-minute meeting. Maybe we could sell part of the park and use the rest for some housing. And they all went, we're selling the park. Well, unanimous decision. Then they talked about the new budget. New budget was like 8 meetings and councils, and there's a lot of meetings. And so finally they said, okay, this is the final vote. We're going to vote for everything. And everyone says, this is going to be good. Let's get this over with. Oh, by the way, none of this has to do with the 5 cops we were talking about. Remember the 5 cops? They wanted to get 5 cops. Not in the budget. We still don't know how we're going to get money for the 5 cops. And then they said, hey, we should not raise property taxes. And this guy said that. He goes, hey, let's swear we're not going to raise property taxes. And I'm saying, who said anything about that? Apparently that was a big tricky thing. So they all said, some people said, I can't remember which ones said yes to property taxes, no to property taxes. And finally it was a 3-3 tie, and old Mayor John said, hey, we're not taking property taxes off the table. We're going to have a special meeting about property taxes, though, on June 30th at 3 o'clock. And so they went, okay. So the budget passed, and then paying for cops to be decided. Okay, so then the city approved a bunch of fees for next year, about the same as last year. And then the Nevada Street Bridge, they decided we're not going to, nobody really wants that bridge anymore. So they said, let's just take that thing away. Let's get rid of the whole idea of having a driving bridge. And everyone said, yeah, absolutely. Every single person in there, except for this guy. He said, I love that bridge. It was my idea. How come nobody, what if there's a zombie apocalypse and we need to escape? He thinks that bridge is the way to go. Everyone else said no. And then everybody said, but we should have a walking biking bridge, a hike bike bridge. And everyone said, that is the best idea, except for this guy who said, why even spend money on stuff? That doesn't, I don't know what that does. Everyone else was like, that's awesome. So that passed. It passed that they would think about doing the hiking biking bridge. And so that's the end of that. Oh wait, then last things here. This guy, always some sentimental, he's a pretty sentimental dude. He talked about some cop, old cop that died. He was sad about that. It was good. This council person here, she went to Guanajuato, our sister city. She said that was awesome. And then this guy said, hey, we got a new city recorder. She's great. She should run for city recorder next time. That's a job to run for. All right, there you go. You're welcome. 5 minutes. 5 minutes.